Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of the ZonaZoo Sports Report. I'm Ben Gabrielson. Alongside me, none other than my PIC, my partner in crime, Maddie Rundon. As always, Maddie, this is our first show of the semester, if that makes any sense, together.
I know that's
so don't get emotional on me. I mean,
you're not gonna be here anymore. This is your last show.
Yes, I will be graduating in May.
First show.
Unfortunately, I'm done with fantasy land here in college and onto the real world. But let's get going. The Holiday Bowl was over the break. We're gonna have to touch on that. It is a very emotional subject, but it was a very bad start to the Sioux year for the Cats in the Holiday Bowl.
Well, you're totally a Nebraska guy, aren't you? It was a rough showing for the Arizona football team, as they were the victim of the first shutout in the 32-year history of the Holiday Bowl. Kind of rough.
Yeah, not the performance the Cats were looking for to end the year, and I know many of you don't want to see these highlights again, but ZonaZoo, we got media passes, we got some great coverage, a lot of people worked hard for them, so we're obligated to give you the recap. Here we go. The 2009 Holiday Bowl was a repeat of the 1998 matchup between the Arizona Wildcats and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. People parachuting from all over town to get into this one. They couldn't even land. He was so excited. The Arizona team was playing in their second bowl game in as many years. However, this one was not as exciting as the 1998 version. Trouble started right away for Nick Foles and company. He tries to go up top for Jerron Kreiner, intercepted by the senior safety for the Cornhuskers, Matt O'Hanlon, who will take it back. He's got blockers. He's going to take that one back inside the 10, down to the Arizona 6-yard line. That would set up Zach Lee on the 4-yard quarterback bootleg keeper. He would go into the corner of the end zone, Nebraska up 7-0. Alex Henry, who was very busy in this game, would add a 47-yarder. It was 10-0, just like that. After the first quarter, Cats were in a little bit of trouble. Second quarter action, Rex Burkhead would sit back there in the Wild Husker formation, take the snap, go right up the middle, and score 23-0 at the half. Two more field goals would be added here by Alex Henry, and the Wildcats were in trouble. Trouble was the name of the game on defense, especially missed opportunities. Devin Ross, his last game as a corner for the Cats, just couldn't come up with the interception there. He dropped another one earlier in the game. Henry would add another 22-yard field goal right here to put this game out of reach, but the dagger in the heart was Zach Lee going up top here, 74 yards to the Omaha born-bred boy Niles Paul, who would go in for the touchdown. Cats just couldn't get anything going on offense, and they ended the year on a very sour note as they go down 33-0 in San Diego.
Ouch, yeah. Those highlights are still a little bit tough to watch, Ben. So let's move on to a team that is coming off a huge win on the road. The Arizona men's basketball team stomped their crosstown rivals, the ASU Sun Devils, on the road this past Saturday with a 77-58 victory in Wells Fargo Arena. Kyle Fogg had a great game on both ends of the floor, scored a game-high 21 points, and freshman Derek Williams, who continues to flourish, added 20 of his own, as the Cats snapped their 5-game skid against the Devils. The Cats lost to the Sun Devils 3 times last season on the road, at home and in the Pac-10 tournament, and on the road. ASU led by 2 at the half, but behind a 13-0 run and shooting a scorching 75% from the floor in the second half, Arizona was able to kick the Sean Miller era off right against their rival. The Cats improved to 4-3 in the conference and will play host to the NorCal boys this upcoming week as Stanford and California come to McHale.
That's right, Maddie. And with a win over those smart kids on Thursday night, Arizona would extend its winning streak to 3, which would be a season high and a share of the Pac-10 lead. However, the Cardinals have also been playing well as of late and are looking to extend their own winning streak to 3. After having swept the Oregon schools at home last week, Stanford brings 2 of the top 6 scorers in the entire conference in senior Landry Fields, who is also second in the conference in rebounding, and sophomore guard Jeremy Green. After those 2, the Cardinals do struggle to score, but they are an experienced team who doesn't turn the ball over, so the Cats will have to play smart, balanced basketball to beat these always pesky Stanford teams. Last time Nick Wise faced this Cardinal team, he hit all 9 of his shots and posted 27 points with 9 assists. So I'm sure Sean Miller would love to see a repeat performance from his senior leader. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m.
That will be a huge game for both teams, Ben, and if the Cats come out victorious, they would be playing for the Pac-10 lead on Sunday against the California Golden Bears, or who would have seen them here at the beginning of the year. The Golden Bears do lead the conference with a 5-3 record. Last year, Cal's Jerome Randall went for a career-high 31 points and hit 8 of his 11 threes in McHale, so the Cats will no doubt have to limit his production this time around. Cal is the highest scoring team in the Pac-10, so they do have other weapons like Theo Robertson and Patrick Christopher, who never saw a shot they didn't like. Both are averaging over 14 points per game and can score at any time. So the keys for Arizona will definitely be to try and slow down this high-powered Golden Bear offense and continue to get to the free throw line, where Arizona has thrived all year, shooting 74% as a team, which is the top in the Pac-10.
Yes, Maddie, the Cats have really shot the ball well from the charity stripe. Actually, the national leader in free throw percentage is only 3% better than them, so they are right up there among the national leaders. This game is especially big with the Pac-10 so bunched together this year. This will be a huge game for the young Cats and will do a lot for their confidence against a no doubt very talented Cal team. Okay, it's time to check in with our third member of our Sports Report team, Lisa Lane, who will update us on some women's basketball. Lisa.
Good evening, Arizona. I am Lisa Lane, and tonight I have your women's basketball game recap, as well as updates for those of you who own a ZonaZoo Pass. Sunday night in McHale Center, there was a fairly large crowd for the Women's Territorial Cup game. After the men's basketball team defeated the Sun Devils the night before in Tempe, Arizona fans were hoping the women could beat Arizona State as well. The women's team had the home court advantage, but unfortunately could not close out the game on top, losing 67-73. The first 25 minutes of the game, we witnessed exciting basketball action as both teams played to 7 ties and had 5 lead changes. The Wildcats, however, had 17 turnovers that Arizona State converted into 20 of their overall points. Despite the turnovers, Arizona fought back after being down by 11 points. The rival schools were within 3 points on 3 occasions in the last 3 minutes of the game. 2 things positive to note for our Arizona team is the fact that Davlin White had 22 points against ASU, and Ify Bekwe led the players with 25 points and 16 rebounds for Arizona. Unfortunately, the rest of our Wildcats combined to shoot 4 for 25. So now the women's basketball team wraps up the first half of the Pac-10 play on the road against California. Now let's wrap things up with a few pointers for you ZonaZoo members. Remember, if you want to attend the men's basketball game this Thursday against Stanford, you need to register online ahead of time. If you do not show up to the game after registering, you will receive a strike. Other upcoming sporting events this Friday include men's and women's swimming versus Texas and women's gymnastics versus Cal. So make sure to get out there and show your support for all of our Wildcat sport teams. Well, time's up for me. I'm Lisa Lane. Thank you for watching, and now back to you, Ben and Maddie.
Thanks so much for that, Lisa. Women's basketball really seems to be improving, and let's hope swimming gets a great win this weekend against an outstanding Texas team. Well, that will do it for us tonight on the ZonaZoo Sports Report. I'm Maddie Rendon.
And I'm Ben Gabrielson saying goodbye, good night, Wildcat fans. Bear down.